For the first time in this NBA playoffs, we change venue tonight for a triple header of game number 3s around the association. And JY is here for a second consecutive segment to preview them all. Picks and breakdowns coming your way on this triple header Thursday night in the NBA. And JY, we start with the final game of the night in the Mile High City, was where the first two games were between the Nuggets and the Lakers. Now we go to Los Angeles. For the first time inside Crypto.com Arena, the Lakers will host the reigning champs. And as of this moment, there is a 6-cent distinction in favor of the Lakers. Minus 112 money line, the price for LA, minus 106 on the other side for Denver. Let's start there. It's a must-win in Game 3 for Los Angeles, but is the right side favored at this moment?
No. Wait, what? I mean, listen, I know they want to give the Lakers respect, guys, and I know they want to look at the fact that they lost at the buzzer. And, you know, LeBron James can complain all he wants about the foul call that wasn't, you know, whatever on D'Lo. LeBron, you had a wide-open three, knocked the shot down. We don't even have to talk about what goes on at the end of the game. But, like, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't Denver won, like, the last 10 or 11 games? So, to me, no, I don't think the right team is favored. But there is a method to my madness, and everybody should know this by now on the network. When the Lakers play the Nuggets, I just take the Nuggets in the second half because the Lakers will always throw their punch early to try and play with the lead, and they will find a way to cough it up. Now, with this game being so tight of a spread, of it being basically even, I'm going to let the first half play out, and then I'm going to jump in live at the break. If it's close, I'm going to probably just take Denver to just win outright because until the Lakers show me that down the stretch, they're going to make the proper plays, or in the case of Darvin Ham, who did not adjust, hint, although he said he had holding off on adjustments to make defensemen to Nikola Jokic, the fact that 8 out of 9 possessions down the stretch of game number 2, Denver was able to score. That means I don't trust the Lakers in a big spot to get stops. I like Denver in the second half, but I'm going to play it live at halftime.
I love a good conspiracy theory, Coach, where the NBA loves LeBron James and need him to advance or at least have a long series. Where were our conspiracy theories last year in the playoffs when they actually got swept out? Where's the conspiracy theories during the regular season where Denver won every game? Where's the conspiracy theories that the refs would be on the side of the Lakers? Did you watch game number 2 in Denver here? It's certainly not. And I'm with Coach in this environment. If you're just saying to myself, it's a pick'em game, Lakers and Nuggets, I don't even need a handicap. Just give me the Nuggets. Now, as I say that, let's flip it over to the city of brotherly love. The Coach will be welcomed with open arms tonight at the Wells Fargo Arena. Keep in mind this, FanDuel opened up your Coach at a minus 2.5 point spread for the Sixers. We're now seeing minus 5s for the Philadelphia 76ers and a total at a paltry 203. You'll be in the building, Coach. What are we going to find out tonight between the Knicks and the Sixers?
Number one, everybody say a prayer to JY in his Knicks gear makes it out of the Wells Fargo Center tonight because I will be a little raucous. But I will say this. I expect a crazed environment. I expect the best game out of Philadelphia. And listen, I'm a Knicks fan, and I'm a realist. Guys, the Knicks could conceivably, maybe should be down 0-2. Let's just call it what it is. You know, forget the calls. The fact that Philadelphia in long stretches has outplayed New York. And now you go on the road where the shots for the role players should not fall. I don't care that Dante DiVincenzo played at Villanova. I don't care that Josh Hart played at Villanova. And this is where they played at the Wells Fargo Center. I expect them to struggle tonight. You know what I don't expect to struggle? Joel Embiid. I think this is going to be a monumental performance. I am a Knicks fan. Ready for this, folks? I am a Knicks fan. I expect that the Sixers are going to win this game. And there's parts of me, guys, that the Knicks have an ugly game in them. With all of them not playing well, this could be it. Philadelphia's backs are against the wall. They've done a great job with Jalen Brunson. I may be ready for this. I may alt spread this game tonight. I think Philadelphia wins. I think they win by double digits.
Wow. This guy is just allowing his heart to feel better if the pocket feels heavier after betting on Philadelphia tonight, being in Philly and wearing his Knicks merchandise. Now, JY, I will ask you this, because when you look at the Knicks as of late, as an underdog, 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 as a dog, they have been at least a short favorite in each of the opening 2 games inside Madison Square Garden. 4 of those 5 covers, an outright victory. But Philly as a home favorite this year, one of the best in the association, 24-9 against the number. So let's say the odds are correct. Philly wins easily tonight. You might even cover your alt spread of 9.5 or whatever you end up wagering with the New York Knicks as a minus 500 favorite outright to win this opening round series. If Philly wins game 3 and it's a must-win, can't-lose type game for the 76ers, what does it do for the overall series in this opening round?
Oh, obviously, it moves the series. So if you like the Knicks to win this series, I'm going to wait out after tonight. Because I think if Philly wins impressively, and let's say Brunson struggles again in the 3rd straight game, especially with having Kelly Oubre, and don't sleep, I do think DeAnthony Melton is up to questionable, so that's another guy that can defend Brunson. It's a little bit longer and more athletic than some of the other guards. I think that moves the price even more closer to, I don't know, maybe minus 300 or so, or maybe even less, particularly if the game is a blowout. So to me, I'm going to wait and let the game play out. Philadelphia wins if they win impressively. Then I may jump back on New York because I do think it could be 2-2 coming at us. I think this is going 6. I think the Knicks don't want to get it to 7. I think it's going to be 2-2 most likely. So if you want to wait a little bit longer, you can. If you want to roll the dice. But I think this is a 6-game series. But I do expect Philadelphia to win and to move the number dramatically, particularly if they play really, really good basketball.
JY, we'll get some more thoughts on the opening game of the triple header tonight now in Orlando, but the Magic in an 0-2 hole, but a home favorite, laying 2.5. How significant is Orlando eking out a victory tonight against Cleveland?
They have to. They have to. And they've not looked particularly good, and they've been blown out in spots. So one thing to look at with this game between the Cavaliers and Orlando is if you are Jamal Mosley, you got to get off to a good start. Maybe what to look at, maybe Orlando Magic to win the first half. They got to play with confidence. More importantly, play with the lead.
Orlando, the best cover team in the NBA this year, 51-33 against the spread, but it has not been smooth sailing for the Magic to begin this postseason run. We'll talk about that total now north of 200 and some more NBA playoff thoughts with JY on the other side of the break. A triple header of Game 3s tonight around the association in the NBA playoffs. The opening game of 3 tonight is in Orlando with the Magic down 0-2 against Cleveland. Orlando was an underdog of at least 5 points in each of the 2 games in the land. They lost both and did not cover. But back at home, 17-6 against the number as a home favorite this year. The best cover percentage at north of 76% in the NBA all year long. But JY, my question to you about this game is now the total. The over-under that overnight was under 200 total points is now higher than that at 201. We have not seen a team in this series get to the century mark just yet. How much offense is expected tonight in Orlando?
Not much. I mean, if you want to talk about, listen, you line up me, Donnie, and Ben. We play a game of knockout with those teams. I like our chances. I'll bet on us to win that. So to me, you're not going to get a lot of guys that, 1, can make shots, 2, ready, can't create shots, particularly Orlando, because besides Banchero, who can go get a bucket? No one. So if you're Jamal Mosley, you have to lean on your defense. Your defense is one of the better defensive teams all year in the association. Neither team's gotten to 90, over 97 points. But if you look at even some of the games during the regular season, Cleveland had a 126-99 game, right? There's a 104-94 game. So these teams tend to struggle. And here's the thing, Ben, neither one of them really gets out of transition very well. This is a half-court game. Let people keep steaming this thing over. I'm going the other way. I think this goes under 200 points again.
We like extended series and extended basketball here, but quite frankly, if the Cavaliers in Orlando end in 4 games, I'm fine with it, and probably most of the nation is as well. But if we're taking a look at some of the other playoff series, Coach, let's take a look at this. Superstar players coming back into the fold. Now, other teams like the Clippers have already seen Kawhi Leonard come back, even though they lost that game. But the series I want to question you with here is the Pacers and the Bucks. Yesterday, when we were going over the show, we actually still had a slight favorite on the series price to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now we're checking in the Pacers, a minus 144 price to win the series over the Bucks, who are now a dog price at plus 118. When are we getting to see Giannis get back into the equation for the Bucks here?
I don't know. And I think that becomes the big question. And I think that's the thing that's going to make the market move when he decides to come back. Here's the thing, guys. Even when Giannis comes back, to me, this is all about, folks, Indiana. If Indiana can play their game, if Indiana can make this game a track meet, that is where you want to go. That's why when we talked, Donnie, a couple of days ago, I liked the game to go over because I think Indiana's got to get this game a transition because they're more athletic. They're better that way. People like Obi Toppin, whose points probably hang around 6.5. If they run, a guy like Obi should run over that number at 10 because he'll probably get 2 alley-oops right then and there. So to me, even if Giannis comes back, I'm not changing. If I'm Rick Carlisle, I run more. I want to see this guy get up and down the floor. And can he make it 35, 40 minutes? I still like Indiana to win this series. And game 3, I still like the over. I think Indiana at home is going to want to push the pace.
Indiana, a 5-point favorite tomorrow night in the first of 3 more games in a triple header of NBA playoff action on Friday. Pacers team total 113.5. 94 in game 1, they lost. 125 in game 2, they won. A different way of looking at it. Now we also go to the other series that we have. We're even at 1-all. We head to Dallas tomorrow between the Mavericks and the Clippers. But, JY, I want to ask you about Minnesota and Phoenix. The Suns, a 4-point home favorite tomorrow night, of course, in a game that they cannot lose. Will then Phoenix win against Minnesota?
Honestly, I know this sounds crazy. I have a ticket for Phoenix to win the NBA Finals. I don't see it, guys. Phoenix looks old. It's like the team, they struck midnight. They turned to pumpkins. They got old really quick. I think the Grayson Allen injury thing is a bigger story than anybody wants to lead on because of the fact that this guy is the shooter, and Phoenix doesn't have enough guys that shoot the ball from 3. I like the way Minnesota's playing. And think about this. They won by 15 plus. Anthony Edwards was horrible. But the play of Jaden McDaniels doesn't get enough credit, what he's done coming as a 3-and-D guy. But don't sleep on the pride of Asbury Park. I got to give my guy his flowers. Reed, the pride of Asbury Park, 6th man of the year. He has been a difference maker too. I don't like it at all. I may go with Minnesota money line to win game 3. I think this is bad news, Suns.
JY, enjoy the trip to Philadelphia. We hope to see you on the other side of the Wells Fargo Arena or Center tonight in game number 3.